All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, yeah, I'm also really tired too, so bear with me. Like I haven't slept in like the past fucking however many hours. This is my only day off, and I'm working again tomorrow.
Film industry, guys.
Yeah, the industry. Yeah, so you guys, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the low energy, but it's going to be a low energy podcast, especially considering
it's chill, not low energy. It's chill.
It's just going to be a chill. It's just going to be chill. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Get Reelisms Podcast, episode 89.
We're
at 89 episodes. Yeah.
89. That's pretty good.
It is very incredible.
We're 11. What we're gonna do to celebrate once we hit the champagne roll.
Yeah, I have no idea, but it's hopefully it's gonna be epic. I don't know. We'll see.
Or it might be like this, chill, and we're both working. And
it might be this too. Who knows? But welcome again, everyone, to the podcast. My name is Adam Chase Rani,
and I am Christine Chen.
So we're gonna. The greatest thing about this podcast is the fact that like this is our little excuse for us to just like hang out and just talk with each other. And it usually never involves politics as well. So I'm a little hesitant about talking about Roe v. Wade, but I know it is a thing. It is sort of
on everybody's mind. So.
It's on everybody's mind. It's on my mind too. And we're all. I think we all have the same idea, especially if you're watching this podcast thus far. I think this is a moment where this is a great time more than anything to just have a sort of distraction from that everyday shit. Yeah. So we got news, we got shit to talk about, but we're going to steer it into your direction, Christine.
Yeah.
ERZULIE is out.
Context. I know. I'll give a little bit of context.
Yeah.
ERZULIE is out, and we've been touring. It's been almost a month and a half of touring with the film ERZULIE, just pushing and spreading the word. And we're pretty much at the tail end of our tour. Our tail is now not leaving with me on a plane. It is permanently at the International Mermaid Museum.
Part of history, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, in Aberdeen, Washington. And that's why I am in a coffee shop doing this podcast. I'm in Seattle right now. I had to drop off our lead actress, Leela Anastasia Scott, who plays ERZULIE, at the airport. She had a nice, bright and early flight at 9-something a.m., which means she has to be at the airport at like 7, which Aberdeen is almost 2 hours away from the airport. So that means we were up very early, which was around 4:30 a.m. We started driving at 5. So got her at the airport and didn't want to disturb my friends, because most people who are enjoying their weekend should not be up right now.
No. This is actually early for us. We're usually here doing this in the afternoon, but we're just doing that. We're doing that early morning grind, ladies and gentlemen, on a Sunday morning,
fun day
when everybody should be asleep.
But no, it's been amazing. The tour has been great. The International Mermaid Museum is the absolute perfect. I'm convinced it is the absolute perfect place for our tale. The owners, like I was saying prior to starting the podcast, they were former dive instructors and ship captains, which is pretty amazing. Kim was one of the first female ship captains, and she said she started doing it because people were giving her shit that women couldn't do that. And so she went door to door until somebody agreed to take her on to work on a ship for free. And then she earned her place and became a ship captain, which is pretty freaking awesome story.
That is pretty fucking epic. Wow.
Yeah. Now she owns this amazing, it's a winery Mermaid Museum. I believe it started first as a winery. It's called the Westport Winery. Incredible spirits and wines and stuff. And then she opened up a International Mermaid Museum, and it's quite expansive. It's cool because she curates everything herself, and it goes through talking about the different mermaids in different parts of the world and mermaid mythology. And so she had not heard of ERZULIE, actually. So she was really excited. We're going to have this whole section. I'm kind of helping her with some of the folklore and mythology. And hopefully I'll go into the museum and people can read about ERZULIE and learn about her. And hopefully we'll expand from there. My dream is that the tale will be there forever. And then when we do the sequel, I want this little placard that says temporarily off exhibit, filming sequel. I think that would just be amazing.
That would be really dope.
Yeah. So, but being there has my brain just moving, because I'm like, you know what? It might be kind of cool to start the film or a portion of the film at a mermaid museum where, you're casual, because it's a nice way to introduce the different folklore of mermaids around the world, because every single culture has their own mythology of of mermaids. And you just start with this like unassuming, like, oh, and here in Mexico there's blah blah blah. And then like maybe the curator is or the person who's doing the tour is secretly a mermaid, like something fun like that.
Right. Yeah.
I'm thinking, nobody steal my idea, please.
No. It's also a work in progress. You didn't hear anything,
Yeah,
free podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
So yeah.
That's exciting though. I mean, that's part of mermaid history. I mean, that's
mermaid history.
That's something to toot your horn with the film that of itself, That feels like an award even. You know, like that's kind of, it's really, it's kind of priceless that
it's in the Mermaid Museum. Yeah, no, it was a great way to, we haven't officially ended the tour yet because we technically have one more location. That location is Portland. There's a Portlandia Mermaid Parade that happens at the end of July. It was actually the founder of that parade, Una the Mermaid, that introduced us to Kim. We had been trying to get a hold of Kim, but it's been hard because she's a entrepreneur, and we know how entrepreneurs are in terms of their schedules, and luckily it all worked out. So but yeah, we said bye-bye to the tail. It's really weird because like I squashed it into my, I couldn't do a carry-on because the tail was huge, so I squashed it into my bag, and now that little part is empty. There's no more. We sold all our shirts too. All our shirts are gone. All the ERZULIE t-shirts are gone.
Wait, all the shirts you sold out?
Yeah,
fucking A.
Gone.
Holy shit.
That's not the right shirt. That's a different shirt. Yeah, but I forgot what shirt I'm wearing. But I bought this at this there was a pirate thing. Here's something. Sorry.
Sure.
I had this talk with Layla. I was like, you know what? Everything has worked out coincidentally perfectly. So, for example, when we released the film on video on demand, it was June 14th. I had no clue the significance of June 14th at all until a few weeks before June 14th. I'm like, holy shit, that's actually when the full moon is. So June 14th was a full moon, and it was a full strawberry moon, which was amazing. I was like, okay, that's awesome. Ooh, Layla's
that's
there
appropriate.
Too. Yay.
Layla. Welcome.
Yes.
Shout out to her.
So, and then we just came from the Afro Mermaid Convention in Homestead, Florida, which is close to Miami. And when we screened our film there, it was Juneteenth. So yet another perfect coincidence that was not technically planned. Hello. Yes, our mermaid is here. And then when we screened and hung out and did stuff at the International Mermaid Museum, it was the weekend of Pirate Week. Like we did.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
It was Pirate Week. So we went, it was in Westport, and it was basically a crap ton of people and dressed up as pirates walking around, and everything was like pirate.
Oh, that's why I
themed,
saw
and
the Jack Sparrow on
yes,
Facebook
there
somewhere.
were lots of
Yeah.
Jack Sparrows. Yes, we
Okay.
met some Jack Sparrows. Layla and I went into an aquarium and fed some fish. Yeah, it was pretty great.
That's fun.
Yeah, but randomly, our film was here during the pirate weekend. I mean, like all these perfect things all coming together, and Layla's friend was able to come and watch, and it's been very nice to share, to always to see ERZULIE new again after seeing it a million times. You know what I'm saying? So like every time I'm just like, I'm really sick and tired of this film, and then I watch it again with a new audience, and it's a reminder of like, wow, like this is new for a lot of people, and getting to experience it with them all over again brings back the magic all the time. So that's been very, very cool, being able to experience that, and hearing people's comments and how they love the film. And it's fun because you can see, I have a lot of fun seeing their reactions, because I feel like a lot of our friends support us regardless, right? But they really don't know what to expect, and I think they brace themselves for like the worst, right? Because you want to be a good friend.
Yeah, right? Which is unfortunate, like, but it's the truth.
Yeah, you want to be a good friend, but you also know that, like, hey, sometimes we make shit. So it's funny because like her friends were there, Nikki and Becca, and Layla was like, could tell that they were very genuinely surprised that it was really good. Well, they're
as like, opposed to not being good. How rude.
Like,
I'm kidding.
They're
yeah,
like, well,
I'm kidding.
We're gonna come support you regardless. And
yeah, of course. Yeah.
Even if it's dog shit, and it's great that it wasn't.
Makes it even better. Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we came in being like,
it's far from it.
Terrible low B movie. No offense, but then we started watching it. It was actually really good, and then the storyline was really good, and we love it. And so that's been the general consensus of all of our friends.
That's fucking awesome.
Be like, all right, I'll support because you're my friend, and then going to watch, be like, this is good. This is a real movie.
And speaking of real ass fucking movie, how does it feel having ERZULIE like there on iTunes? It's right there with like fucking.
It's cool. It's
Jurassic Park. Like that's crazy. It was crazy seeing your movie, and then like I remember like going through the menus and different menus.
Yeah.
And right above it is just Jurassic Park Dominion, and then ERZULIE, like right below. I thought that was fucking wild. I was like, fuck yes, dude. Let's go.
For me,
I bought it, but I wish I could have rented it. I would have just rented it just for fun. Just been like, yeah, let me rent it again.
Well, now you can tell people to rent it. They go and rent it now.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of which, so it's the link is in the description, or just type in ERZULIE on Google. ERZULIE film on Google.
Just Google ERZULIE, you'll find it. It's on Amazon, Vudu, iTunes, and I think everywhere. It keeps popping up on other stuff too. That's one of my favorite things to do is Google ERZULIE and see what like review
the search result
up.
the
search result. See like what review has popped up, how many more ERZULIE trailer babies have popped up on other sites, like because they, once it goes on one big horror site, then they like proliferate. It like just has babies.
Right.
Yeah, and so just seeing like which sites now have like ERZULIE coming out.
Don't get so twisted into the reviews. That shit can get scary very quickly.
Honestly, in general, most of it has been very positive.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've read. I think I've read all the reviews. One or two are like, just don't get it.
I've read them all. Trust me.
There's a few that just like really plain don't get the film, and that's understandable. You can't please everyone.
No. Okay.
What I've noticed is that like it's very clear that like women get it. All women get it. They're like, this is a great film, and the men are kind of just like, I don't understand. Like one or two guys are like, where's the action? They're more about the technical.
Where's the action?
Yeah, I was like, well, they thought there was too much talking in the first
Okay.
first.
I mean, if they were
fair.
thinking this shit was gonna be 1917, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I mean, you're on the
Exactly.
wrong place. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
So, but no, for the most part, the biggest criticism that I get is we wish we could see the mermaid more, but we understand due to financial constraints that you couldn't. And so we would like to see what Christine can do with more money. And I'm like, I totally agree.
yeah. Does
I
Christine
agree.
know she she was born for this?
Well, I think people don't realize that the film looks like it was done for 750 and above, at least. I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah.
it doesn't look like a 200K
Mhm.
film at all. So I think people get really, really surprised.
Well, it's a good time. Like, that's why, like, I always get nervous when I say, like, because I love the charmingness of B movies, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily make ERZULIE in that tree, because I feel like it's a little more elevated.
It's
way more
elevated than B movie.
well, because the plot line is aware of itself. It's grounded in reality, just a little bit of it, it's just like there's something you take away from it after
so.
watching it.
And
At least I
fun.
did. Yeah.
Well, it's been fun because the audience has been picking up on that. So yesterday, one of our audience was like, "Wow, like you're really covering a lot of topics," and he listed all of them. He was like,
Yeah.
There's LGBTQ, there's toxic masculinity, there's feminism, there's he was like environment. Yeah, we touch on a lot of it, and some of the reviews said that it is because it's not traditional horror and it's not like
No.
surfacey.
Sure.
It can maybe be a little confusing because there's a lot of different stories, and that's fair. It's definitely not one-dimensional, but I think most people have been like very happy to see so much stuff hidden into an unassuming genre per se.
Yeah.
But no, I've been really happy that people have been picking up on all those themes that are woven in. So that's been a consistent consensus with people, and everybody loves ERZULIE. Everybody loves the friendship factor. So I don't know, it's been fun. For me, when it released on VOD, it was not nearly as nerve-wracking as the first time like I got to watch it with the audience.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yes.
I think I've just been going through this process for so long that now that it's released to VOD, it's more like a relief, like a thank God, like, okay, it's out there for reals. There's no take backs.
But have you already moved on at that point and just started something else? Or are you just now finally just like, okay, maybe I can start working on other shit?
I would say my brain started to drift starting around California Mermaid Convention. I was already I was already thinking of like, okay, the sequel or
right,
writing some other stuff.
You weren't still editing, were you?
No. Did you know that they're fixing it right now? But did you know that the version that's on all the platforms is actually wrong? That's not even the final version.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the distributors.
No way.
Time. Oh yeah, I know.
Is this something you want to tell me off record, or you want to? I mean,
it's fine. I think it's kind of funny. It says lots of famous monster movies are considered B movies and have a huge budgets. Yeah. Creatures.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing, though, and that's a good point, Jasmine. Because like those films, yeah, you can definitely quantify it as like a creature feature for sure in terms of like, Creature of the Black Lagoon and definitely elements of Halloween for sure. But yeah, I guess that was my point, and you're just elaborating more. Thank you, I appreciate.
Yes. Yeah. But we wanted to take that quintessential B movie and elevate it, and I really admired what Get Out did. Take the horror genre, but like
Get Out. Sorry, yes,
and make it
oh
so
my God,
much more elevated, and that I just think that that's actually even more powerful because you kind of then trick people into learning something when they weren't expecting it, which, like, they were entertained, but also, did I just learn about feminism?
I was going to say, there's a learning lesson. Yeah. You take aways. Yeah.
Sorry, I have really bad allergies right now.
No, I do too. My eyes are bloodshot red, and I promise you, I'm a big pothead. I'm not stoned right now. I am exhausted and hopped up on Benadryl.
Yep,
so,
I got all that in my system. Benadryl
and you're driving? You shouldn't be driving. I would be.
Well, no, I don't have
nervous.
I don't have the sleepy kind. I only do the sleepy kind at night.
Okay, good. Yeah. No, I'm doing the extra strength fucking, knock me out. Yeah, I'm gonna pass out by the end of this episode type of Benadryl.
Yeah, that's me at night usually. So I'm sure there's still a little bit in my bloodstream that's wearing off, but I am conquering it with some coffee from Woodland Coffee here in Seattle, Washington. Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Very good and very nice. Yeah. So, but no, it's been awesome. I think now my fear, because I think at each juncture as a filmmaker, you'll have irrational fears. When we first started right before prep, my irrational fear was that ERZULIE's whole costume would melt off.
Yeah.
Luckily, that did not happen. And then my next irrational fear is that this film will now fade into oblivion and people will forget about it very, very fast. And I hope this is not going to happen. I've told Layla, like, we've did the absolute best that we could, planting as many seeds. Now all those seeds just need to grow into bigger trees and spread more seeds. But I mean, we've literally gone coast to coast. I mean, I literally drove from Florida to LA.
Right. Yeah.
Coast
and you're in Washington now. Yeah.
And I'm in Washington, but I flew to Seattle. But my roommates were like, "Oh, hi and goodbye."
Yeah.
I drove in and landed in LA on the 23rd of this month.
Mm-hmm.
And the following day I was on a flight at 6 a.m. So it was
good God.
Yeah. And here I am in Seattle, and we just had our they were full. 2 full screenings at the International Mermaid Museum, where our tale will live happily.
2 full screenings. After. I mean, fucking A.
So no, it's been really cool. I just hope that this is a big, not subtle, but not so subtle FU to mainstream media that, hey, this should be mainstream. The topics 100%. That we're talking about should be mainstream.
Yeah.
I understand the business aspect of why this is scary. ERZULIE is a scary film for a lot of people. It does touch on a lot of topics of feminism, toxic masculinity. It's very LGBTQIA friendly. And I kid you, and it's first Black mermaid film. And I kid you not, I know they say this with care and concern for my career, but there was very much like, hey, please do something more mainstream next time. This is too, they were just like this. They weren't sure how, and I'm like, I understand, because it's like, if you go, we're artists, we all have to make a living, and if you do something that's more common and more guaranteed to sell, your longevity as an artist might be expanded a bit more. But my counter argument is that I would rather do something that people haven't seen to challenge what mainstream means. There's a reason why art morphs, and it's meant to morph. And it's up to artists to challenge what is out there and what should become mainstream. And so if people are too scared to make or touch on taboo topics, then we as a society can't continue to morph and grow as well,
I wholeheartedly agree. That's kind of where, I've never like been, I like it, like school is never my forte at all. So I always like, I make the joke that I turn to movies and video games to answer all my questions,
Yeah.
but I actually mean that with a little bit of truth, like because there's art in every medium that you can think of, any form of entertainment. There's art involved, at least the good ones, and
Yeah.
you can weed out the good ones versus like the commercially successful, like cookie cutter, like we're just going to do the mainstream ideas and then we're just going to fuck off now because it's a good cash grab and it is what it is.
Yeah.
But some like ERZULIE to challenge that and to sort of
Well,
not
the
just
question, yeah, the only question now is the world ready for it? Because there is definitely timing involved, right?
we're
Yeah.
way more,
I feel like we are. But
if we got something like yeah, if we get something like the movie like Get Out and other films before that too, like I feel like we're way past overdue to the
for a
point
black,
where
I was completely floored that
well,
this is
that's my
the
point.
first Black Mermaid film. Like, really?
Yeah, that's my point. It is
Yeah.
like we need more original shit to just challenge that. It can't
Yeah.
just be like, oh yeah, Tarantino next year again. It's just like fucking we know, we get it. But
Yeah.
we need to have other challenging topics that we can essentially just like look, whether or not it's objectively or it is. You just have to understand and appreciate different perspectives, and especially when it
Yeah.
comes to art, like perspective is everything, especially to how what your takeaway is with that film.
Yeah.
But you also gotta understand, like you got to challenge those ideas as well. If we can get like avant-garde, crazy looking fucking films, like I don't know. I don't want to call out other
I
films,
feel
but
like
I'm just
everything that Lynch does, basically.
listen. Hey, Nelly, just hold on there for a second, lady. I wholeheartedly defend David Lynch, that he is probably one of the like he's like on the Mount Rushmore of filmmakers, like in terms of just
Jasmine
like
says there has never been a Black mermaid portrayed on screen except for an extra in the fourth act. Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah,
And that wasn't what we
right.
said to do either. Like we wrote it very specifically for POC because we wanted the story to honor Haitian folklore and Creole culture. And then we discovered later, like, holy shit, are we seriously the first Black mermaid film? Like, how is that possible? Like, we went in, and I know there are Black mermaid short films because my friend did one, but Bola, but I had no clue that we literally did not have any other Black mermaids. So I'm happy that there is, and I really hope that it does the community justice, and that it's at least enjoyable and fun. And so it's, showing it Afro Mermaid Summit was really important to us.
And it touches on many different genres and many different world issues, social issues that we deal with today.
Yeah.
That some people look at it and see it's a political issue, which that's the way more objective way of looking at a film is through that lens. I mean, Jesus fuck, can you just enjoy a movie? Is that possible? Yeah. So yeah, it's neither here nor there, but I'm definitely proud of you and I'm proud of us for making that shit happen.
And it's cool because like we did it the right way. Like when people ask us like, hey, appropriation and stuff, and I literally have research for every step of the way. So
of course, yeah.
Which is, I'm glad we did we did it the right way, and people are surprised when they hear this. Like,
as much as we proclaim that we're idiots, we do our due diligence to make sure we get knowledge in this. Yeah,
everything, every little detail was researched extensively, and it is, though I do need to put a disclaimer out there that this is not a biography on ERZULIE. This is a inspired by ERZULIE. So there are elements. We touched the tiny surface of what ERZULIE is. So there's many things about ERZULIE that we definitely have not explored at all. And I know some of the a few of the audience members from Afro Mermaids were saying, oh, like they actually were very, very knowledgeable about ERZULIE. So, which we hadn't run into with other audiences, but because it is the Afro Mermaids, it makes sense. And so they're like, oh yeah, there's some stuff that's not correct. And I was like, yes, I totally agree. It's not because it's inspired by ERZULIE. We took lots of liberties in terms of, we just use it as baseline, and then we'll continue to explore further. But I'm excited to, when I have a mental break and time to process everything, to delve into hopefully the sequel aspect, because now I have so many people and a network that we've slowly built from this tour to be able to access and learn more about mermaids all around the world and incorporate that into our sequel. But the sequel idea that I have in my head is big blockbuster stuff. Like it may be one of those things, kind of like how James Cameron had to write Avatar and then shelve it for 10 years. The technology wasn't there or something. This may be one of those films that I write.
You know what's crazy? I read somewhere, I don't know if it's fully true, but I read it the other day. You know, James Cameron directed Aliens, right? The second Alien movie. Apparently he did that movie for half the budget than what the previous film was. And that shit looks really fucking expensive. Like there's shots in that. Oh yeah. Have you seen Aliens?
Yes, it's been a while though.
Yeah, it's like that whole fucking mech scene and shit like that. I thought that shit was fucking expensive as fuck. It's like, no, they use innovative shit. They just kind of thunk out of the box, you know? So yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, I did not know that. Jasmine, I need to like pick your brain. She says there's one piece of mainstream media that has a portrait of ERZULIE in Caribbean folklore. It's a musical called Once on This Island, which is a retelling of the Little Mermaid and ERZULIE. Oh, and another voodoo figure, Papa Gay, served as a sea witch. Fantastic. I am going to need to look that up because there's just,
we got to spread the lore.
Yeah,
we gotta expand our minds.
I want to incorporate all that from all the different cultures, because every single, that's what's incredible about this folklore, is that every single culture has its own interpretation and own aspect that is tied to the sea and with mermaids, merfolk in general. So that's pretty cool. Oh, Disney has a green lit for a film adaptation. Oh shit, I gotta just go compete with Disney again.
Oh God.
Well,
fuck
hey,
those
we beat them
people. I mean, I'm willing to bet money. I mean, they might do it.
That's pretty cool though.
It would be cool. Yeah, it would be cool as long as they maintain the, you know, like I don't want Disney to pull a Pocahontas. Let's just say that. You know what I mean?
Jessa said that Once on This Island is an amazing musical. I will definitely.
Interesting.
Maybe good for some inspiration to think through everything. That's great.
That is great.
I'll do some research on that. Once on This Island, fantastic. Do you guys know whether in the Pirates of the Caribbean, because the Calypso is she based off of anything? The character in there that looks a little bit like our ERZULIE, which we did not base our character off of. It just was.
Does she?
Yeah.
Let's see.
But it was
Calypso Pirates. Oh, interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So I was right.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Yeah.
I guess, but I mean, Urzulie's kind of on another.
I realize how similar um, Calypso's character looked a little like
Yeah.
Ursula, but we didn't. I didn't base it off of Calypso at all. Oh, I didn't know. As far she also has the dots, but it's slightly different. So we've been it's been very fun researching and learning about the characters. Ursula has basically these multiple personas and spiritual aspects.
Yeah.
I can't wait to delve into it a lot more. There's only so much you can do in the first sequel. It's going to get somebody. Oh, here's something exciting. Well, hopefully it works out. But somebody in the audience supposedly is one of the members of the Seattle Comic Con and invited us to be at the Seattle Comic Con. So we'll see if that actually goes through. Oh,
Really?
but I think that would be amazing to be a part of the Comic Con aspect. But she was like, this really needs to be a comic. And I was like, yeah, I agree. I actually have plans to turn this into a full-blown comic. I think that would be awesome. I did not know she also could just be Coldplay because I went to Kirby. I was like, yeah.
Is it the Emerald City Comic Con?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I heard about that one. I've been to a few Comic Cons. You're gonna love it. If you've never been to a Comic Con, you're gonna have a good time.
I actually went to one. I went to the original one in San Diego.
Oh shit! I never been to that one.
Yeah,
I've only been to.
I went like maybe 6 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, I've only been to one that was like there were two. They were like in the Bay Area, San Jose and Jesus Christ and San Francisco.
Yes, I went to the
have
one that was San Diego. That was pretty cool. No, I think this would be perfect for Comic Con. So.
Oh yeah,
see.
and I feel like ERZULIE would be perfect in a Comic Con.
Yeah, I would want to like bring in a whole hair, like the prosthetics team, because I would want them to be able to like, provide that as like the ears.
Oh my gosh.
And, like how her cheekbones are and all sorts of cool stuff like that. So I think Roxy, our department head, would have a ball.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Yeah, she would die. Yeah, we would.
Jasmine, have you had a chance to watch ERZULIE yet? Which I would love to hear your comments. Anybody in the feed, if you've seen ERZULIE, feel free to
pop in the chat if you've seen ERZULIE and Facebook too. If y'all seen ERZULIE, let us know.
Interested in people's opinions and like what we can do better. Like I already know going deeper into the ERZULIE folklore is something that seems to be of interest to a lot of the audience that we didn't go deep enough. And I agree we didn't have enough time to go deeper in, because it's so rich. Not yet want to, but you said that, so
the iTunes problem. We adjusted a little bit. So you want to?
So technically, it didn't affect the movie itself. It's the credits that were affected.
Oh.
So luckily, the version that they have, because the problem with how you submit these things to get uploaded and everything, you can't delete stuff, and so. I don't know how they got confused, because there's clearly timestamps and you can't, I would think logically you would use the timestamp that was the most recent, but apparently that's not how people
not how it works.
That so they went through something else that was not as current, but what is affected is more the credits than the actual movie. So So that's it. It's just more of an annoyance because like I feel bad because some people's names are spelled wrong, all sorts of things like that. But in terms of, oh my goodness, Patrick is here. Patrick who plays Pierce is here. Oh, I'm here because I love folklore. Yeah, my mother's from the Caribbean, so it's always nice to see heritage.
Mhm.
Well, I'm very interested in knowing what you think, Jasmine, and everything. We did our best to try to represent the culture as respectfully as possible. We consulted voodoo priestesses, and every detail we understand why we have it. It's not just in there because it looks cool. Like we understand the value of why. And so yeah, I'd be interested in hearing what you think of the film. But yeah, you should watch the one that's on iTunes. The movie itself wasn't affected. It was just the credits, which is more of a annoyance for the cast.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't want to spend that much time on a film and then be like, oh great, well they can't even spell my name right, you know?
Right,
It makes me look
yeah.
bad when I just want to tell the world it was not my fault. I had it sent way in advance. I don't know.
So, is there going to be like a? I
They're
mean,
going to. I don't know how they're going to fix it, but they
yeah, I was
are
gonna
in the
say.
process of fixing it. But I mean, like,
Okay.
because everything was wrong. I had a feeling this would be the case because not only for the longest time the poster was wrong on everything too. It's still wrong on certain things. Yeah, they're now updating the poster. That was a mistake that I could see happening. The problem was I thought the mistake they would make would be, oh, they had a festival poster instead. But no, they had a temp, like the first poster we ever made poster mistake. Like a little temp thing that we used just to be like, hey, we have a poster. Like it wasn't even the festival poster which we've had for like 3 months. So it was a big boo-boo on their part. But we're working to fix it as fast as possible. So that's just what happens when you don't have lots of money and can't yell at people to work faster.
Well, I mean, not just work faster, just do it right. Like, I mean,
right.
yeah, I mean,
we expected.
You motherfuckers, right. Like, I mean, names. You guys fucked up names. Like, bro, there's a piece of paper. It says,
yeah,
you know. Whatever, it doesn't matter, I guess. But like, you know, well, no, I take that back. It does matter. It definitely does matter, and I'm glad that they're gonna fix it. But still, though, that's kind of like
I'm just glad that I'm just thankful that they're gonna fix it.
I'm thankful too. Yeah,
because they could have. The worst case scenario is they could have just ignored us.
Just left it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that would be shitty.
They very much could have done so, which they almost did that, but somebody else stepped in luckily and escalated it. But I was definitely given it's no big deal email. And I'm like, what the hell? What do you mean it's no big deal? It's a big deal. Would you want to work on a movie and then see your whole name spelled wrong? Probably not. The thing is, like, maybe it's not a big deal for you because it doesn't come back to you, but it comes back to me. Like, it's my fault, even though it's not, you know?
Right. And people have the internet. They know what IMDb is. They can search up people and they won't. I mean, sure, it might auto populate to whatever name that is misspelled, but at the same time, though, like that's a little, in my humble opinion, it's a little disrespectful.
I agree. Just
a little disrespectful.
You're fine. Don't take. The email was definitely like, you're fine. Don't take this so seriously. I was like, of course I'm going to take this seriously. It's people that I respect that worked on this film that dedicated a time. I want their name to be right in the credits. And I gave this correct version to you many months ago. So don't tell me to chill the fuck out.
No, you chill the fuck out.
Yeah, I was like, you do it right the first time.
But that's so fucking, I can understand that's frustrating. Well, at least they're going to fix it.
At least it wasn't the movie that was wrong. So people will watch it and nobody will know.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, they messed up like something in post. I'm like, what? Yeah.
Most people in the world won't know. Just the cast and crew.
Good God.
Everybody on this podcast.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, like, we're not like, listen, we're not talking shit to those people. That it's honest fucking mistakes. We get it.
We're all humans, and we get it. And
absolutely.
As long as it's fixed, like, that's all we care about.
Yeah, the other day I left my phone in the dryer. No clue why I did that.
Wow.
Somehow survived in the fucking dryer.
Is the phone that we're using Instagram Live in the dryer?
Huh?
Is it the phone that our IG Live is the phone that was like,
oh yeah. This is this is it. Yeah. I mean, but it worked fine. But my stupid pothead ass just like threw it in the dryer, didn't think about it. And in the distance too, I can hear it just be like, why is my dryer thumping? That's weird, you know? And then 2 days later, I don't know if it broke it, but like 2 days later, like my dryer broke and my washer broke at the same time, which is awesome. So yeah, definitely. I'm definitely happy for that. But I don't know if you want to wrap this shit up or you want to
I'm good with this. Yeah.
Because you're coughing like crazy and I don't want you to die anymore. And then my landlord's supposed to fix my shit soon. So
it's all good. No, I thank you for everybody that joined us so early this morning. If you haven't watched ERZULIE, please do. It's out. We don't want it to go and die in film hell, which is where films become. What's the thing in Toy Story? In Toy Story, it was like there's a time when the toys go and they get forgotten toys.
Yeah, the forgotten toys. Yeah, you're left at you're in the box in the closet of Andy's room, just like tucked deep into Andy's room.
Yeah, that's the worst death ever. So we don't want this to be the forgotten film. We'd rather you hate it and talk shit about it so that it doesn't become forgotten. But like, we want, especially with everything that's happening right now, like, to us, this is a film that honors the female empowerment and women out there. Let's fight back. This is not the end.
It isn't. Yeah,
it's not. And there's so many people out there that are supportive.
It's gonna get better. You know, it's kind of a shitty week. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely a shitty week, but yeah, I think
I didn't know there was an island of forgotten toys from Rudolph. No, there's also a box of forgotten toys in Toy Story as well.
Yeah,
that's what we were talking about.
They're Andy's old toys. If you ever seen Toy Story, they're Andy's old toys because Buzz Lightyear is the new fucking toy in town, and Woody is about to get thrown into the forgotten box. Yeah.
Yes, so that's how I feel. I don't want
before Sid the bully comes in and fucks his shit up. It's fucked up. We
don't want our film to be in the forgotten box in the $5 bin at Walmart.
No, and you don't want to get fried up by a magnifying glass with Sid, you know, the bully, the neighborhood bully.
Exactly. So
it's a joke, ladies and gentlemen. It's a free podcast. What do you want from me? You know,
Misfit
low
toys.
Energy. Misfit Toys, one of my faves. Yes.
Yeah. So please tell the world. It's on all the streaming platforms pretty much.
Everywhere.
Amazon. The only stuff that it's not on yet, and I can be geek about it, is it's not on Netflix or Hulu yet because you work for Disney? That's awesome. But anyway, it's not on those yet because we're first on transactional video on demand, which is like one-off things. That's what's only on Amazon and iTunes and Google Play and Vudu and anything that's transactional first. It'll do like a good month before they start to explore what they call subscription-based video on demand. That's with the Netflix and the Hulu's and all that stuff. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it will go there eventually because that would be so cool if we can go on Netflix and look on our phone and see it there. I think that'd be awesome, but we'll see what happens. I would love to. So I just geek out on that. I just be like going on Netflix, be like, look.
I know that would be dope.
That'd be so dope.
But it's just as crazy as seeing it like on the rental page. You know, the new and noteworthy section on the rental page. You know,
that's pretty
just
cool.
Like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Yeah.
We've just been, Layla and I have just been going so hard. I don't think I've actually fully seen where it's landed, because I usually use my phone all the time, so I can't tell like where on the page it is. So if you go
Well,
on,
I have an Apple TV, and it's there.
I don't.
It's there, baby.
It's
Yeah.
there.
Oh
That's
yeah.
cool.
Oh
That's
yeah.
so
It's
cool.
it's so dope. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, we did that. Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah. And like that's the thing, is just one menu below that is Jurassic Park right above
That's
it.
so
And I'm
cool.
just
Oh,
like,
that's
that's just
so
fucking
cool.
that's hilarious. I love
Yeah.
that.
That was, it's little things like that. Like one of my favorite things during this whole process was Googling ERZULIE, and it would pop up on Fandango Flixer, but when it was like theatrical.
Yeah,
I
dude.
was like, look, it's because we have a theatrical release. And so like that's very rare for a independent film, but I pushed for a theatrical myself. And so it was neat to be able, it's such a great feeling to go into like a movie theater lobby and see like your poster on everything, and then you go down the hall and you're like, oh, theater 5, you see that poster? Theater 5 says ERZULIE on it.
Oh,
yeah,
fucking A. That's so rad. That's so cool.
That's a cool feeling. It's little things like that. I geeked out and took lots of photos and everything, and then like in the theater in the back, where people are picking up their theater tickets and stuff, you see ERZULIE 7:00. Like that's
wild. That would be wild
cool.
seeing that.
It's different because I think most films go to festivals first, right? And when you're at a film festival, it's like, at least for short films, it's different for features, but it's usually like, oh, it's the shorts, the shorts block. You don't get like your name anywhere, Yes, I think once you're in the feature section, it's a little bit different. You have like your own block, but you're a block in a whole program of 300 other films, right? So it's just neat to be able, casually walk by the Lemley and be like, yeah, that's our poster in the window. Yeah.
That's just fucking awesome, Christine. Well, I'm happy for you.
Were really they saw us geeking out. Like they're like, okay, do you want us to like, here, we'll start over, because the posters in the lobby are digital, and so they're on like a program cycle, and we would literally, they're on alphabetical order. We just sit there and wait.
Just wait for the rotation.
Because it would be on P, and be like, all right, we gotta wait till it goes through all the other. And they were really nice because there's like all our friends were there to watch, and they're like, we can start the rotation back at like C or something, so that you guys can see the film. And so they started the rotation so that we could like take the picture with the poster.
That's awesome.
The lobby. And I just thought that was really cool. Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. So.
That's fucking dope, dude. Well, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for us. I mean, we can. I mean, is there anything more do you want to talk about?
Nah, I just want people to go and watch it.
Please
tell the world, so it doesn't become a misfit toy or in the forgotten toy box. We've done the best. Leela and I, and the team, have done the best that we can to give it the life. Yeah, and planted seeds coast to coast, and all we ask is that you tell people about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like, this is the best movie in the world. It can just be like, hey, it's the first Black Mermaid film. You should just watch it because it's that, Yes. And then
send us reviews.
Send us reviews. Something we've been asking people to do is, if you take a photo of yourself watching or just talking about it, we do not expect all the reviews to be glowing. It can be like, hey, I enjoyed it, but these things are wrong. Totally fine. But just hashtag ERZULIE watch party if you can. Hashtag ERZULIE watch party, because we're trying to generate some momentum and get people to continue to talk about the film.
Yeah.
And we'd rather you talk about the film than not. So it's totally okay if it was not your cup of tea, or like it was okay or whatever. Like, we get it. But if you love it, please also share it as much as possible. So no forgotten box.
No forgotten box. Don't be toxic. Be nice in the Twitter spheres when reviewing the shit, and have fun watching the film. Watch it with friends. Watch it with everybody. ERZULIEFilm.com. Go ahead.
No. I waited for you to do that.
No, I didn't know you were talking. So.
Oh, no. I say, and this is also the Get Reelisms Podcast.
You sit here. Come on. Let's go. 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 What else? What else do you want from me, everybody? We're here doing the Get Reelisms podcast. We're still selling these books. GetReelisms.com. Please check it out. I exerted all of my energy and I need to pee so bad. I am actually I lied to you guys.
You don't know what that means. You should.
No. I'm now past the point of 10-1. Like now it's like a 10-2, maybe 2.5. I don't know.
Oh, goodness gracious.
We're going to DEFCON 5, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. We love you. Mwah. That's it for the Get Reelisms podcast. Hopefully we'll be back next week. yes. ERZULIEFilm.com. There's going to be there's going to be dates. She's going to July 29th and July 30th over in Oregon for the ERZULIE screening at the Clinton Street Theater in Portland.
Yes.
Portlandia Rainbow Water Mermaid Parade. Come on, guys, everybody. Let's come out. Let's support this shit. I love you, Christine, and I love the fact that we did ERZULIE. I'm so happy.
Yes.
And that's it, Christine. Anything else?
That's it. I love you.
It's okay.
Good to talk to you.
It's great talking with you.
Thank you so much to everybody that joined us today. It was early.
We know that.
Film. Hashtag ERZULIE Watch Party.
ERZULIE Watch Party, please.
Please
and thank you.
It's okay if you don't like it, but talk about it.
Talk about it. Talk about it with all your friends. Okay, we're gonna go now.
All right.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.
Good weekend.
Oh my God, Christine, I have to go. Like I don't know. I think I have diarrhea.
Go.